The United States is, once again, facing the reality of a terrorist attack on American soil, and we are in search of answers. Just days ago, innocent pedestrians and cyclists in New York City were brutally murdered by a terrorist who claims to have the same mission as ISIS, to destroy anyone who doesn't convert to Islam. The attacker, who was later shot by police and apprehended, has been found to be completely unapologetic, even asking to fly the ISIS flag in his cell. Those who have been affected by this senseless crime want to know why this happened, and what we can do to prevent it in the future. We know that President Trump is working to stem the flow of immigrants from countries where terrorism is rampant, but he is being fought tooth and nail. The left seems to consider this move one that lacks the compassion that we are required to have. However, this stricter vetting process that the president is looking to enact is what most would just call common sense. New York City's recent attacker used a Home Depot truck to kill and maim his victims, so of course the co-founder of Home Depot, Ken Langone, had a few things to say about the issue. According to the conservative Tribune, Langone considers tragedies like this one to be completely preventable. A rented Home Depot service truck has been used as a deadly weapon in New York. And now the co-founder of the home improvement giant has some harsh words for liberals. Ken Langone appeared on Fox News shortly after the October 31 terrorist attack, and strongly expressed his view that America's broken immigration policy was a major factor in the carnage. "Nothing proves to me more than this experience that we need to know who's here with us," the billionaire businessman explained. "How the hell can we just say, 'Come on in,' and we don't care how you got in here, and we don't care where you're from or what you did or what your background was?" he continued. Langone's understanding of how to keep terrorists out of the country is one that used to be commonplace but seems more and more rare. The open-door policy that liberals wish to impose on all of us is one that puts all of us in extreme danger. It's not that those who agree with President Trump's travel ban, we just think that America, being the exclusive club that it is, and one that everyone wants to get into, we deserve a bouncer or two. Langone went on to say this about immigration. "I'm not arguing pro or against immigration. My grandparents came here as immigrants. I think virtually everybody's ancestors came here as immigrants," Langone said. "We're a country of immigrants, but they all came legitimately and we all knew where they came from and what they wanted to do," he summarized. The businessman took a few jabs at the open borders crowd. "This underscores the need for us to be diligent and have a program and have an effort where people have to let us know who they are and that they came in here legitimately. Why have borders, otherwise? I don't understand this," he explained. Playing devil's advocate, the Fox panel pointed out that there might be no way to stop homegrown terrorists who become radicalized within our own borders, even though that does not seem to be the case with Saipov. "Look. There's nuts in the world," Ken Langone admitted. "You know, we have mass murders, remember, Ted Kaczynski, the guy that was the Unabomber. We have enough screwballs in America without importing them," he explained. Langone's proposal came down to basic logic. We ought to know who's coming to America, we ought to know something about their background, like we do with all legitimate immigrants. And this argument that we should look the other way with illegitimate immigrants is nuts," he declared. "No matter what your personal thoughts on immigrants are, anyone with eyes in their head and two brain cells to rub together can see that we have a problem. This nation might be the land of opportunity, but we still have laws that protect us from one another, and if we let those whose purpose is destruction take over our society, we are by default denying those who would have come later and treated this country with respect. Everyone understands that it's difficult to stand up to a sobbing, bleeding heart, trying to say that any immigration policies are too much because, you know, children. However, we are in a pay now or pay later situation when dealing with the future of our nation. We can cope with making tough choices now and try to let in only immigrants who want to live peacefully, or we can be stuck with what our indecision leaves us. And if history repeats itself, When we turn a blind eye to terrorists, we usually get left with dead bodies.